Hi, good evening to you both. Yeah, about half a mile up the street from here on this now closed off section of Oxford Road is where a group of firefighters and Good Samaritans tried to save one of the two women swept away by floodwaters during the storm on Sunday. Tonight, we are hearing exclusively from a father and a daughter who say they were involved in one of those attempted rescues. A moment of desperation. Firefighters and a couple of Good Samaritans trying to save one of two Oxford women swept away by floodwaters during Sunday's storm.
It was pretty scary and overwhelming.
Michael Renaulter, pictured here, happened to be there during one of those rescues on Oxford Road. He and his daughter Emily were coming home from shopping at the nearby Goodwill.
On our way back, we didn't realize it would be that bad, and we all started getting the warnings on our phone, and all of a sudden, at one point, we thought our car was going to float.
I'm trying to just find the safest spot to pull over, but I couldn't because there's water building up everywhere. So I ended up just pulling up someone's driveway.
While Emily stayed in the driveway, her dad noticed a woman struggling in a nearby car with firefighters tethered to a rope trying to save her.
They were doing their very best to try to save her. And then I jumped up and ran out to try to help pull him in. The poor guy was blue. He didn't look good, and finally, it was like he was able to come to.
Michael says one of the firefighters went under and his peers and other bystanders jumped in to pull him back. He's now recovering from what the fire chief says are minor injuries.
It was a joint effort between a lot of different people. We all just pitched in, and I think that's what the people of Oxford need to do now, is just pitch in and help each other.
Emily, who was anxiously waiting, eventually relieved to see her father come back up the driveway. But after learning the woman didn't make it out.
There's definitely a bit of survivor's guilt in that sense too, because we might have been this close to saving them, even the firefighters too that were there.
Those poor firemen. I mean, you're talking about young volunteers who have never, and probably hopefully will never see something like that again. And those are the true heroes.
Now back out here live, Michael tells us he hopes to one day meet the firefighters he worked with on Sunday and thank them for their heroic efforts. Now, as for the two women who have passed, our efforts to reach the family of Ethelyn Joyner have been unsuccessful so far. However, we have been hearing from Audrey Roskowski's husband, who shared the following photo with us tonight, saying she was a lover of animals who ran her own dog grooming business out of her home, just retiring from that job before this all happened. He says she loved nature, and in the end, he says it's ironic that that's how she died, with nature taking her. Our hearts go out to the families of both of those women tonight, and of course, the first responders who did their best to try to save them. We're live in Oxford tonight. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.